at the top, we had Waited All Night by Jamie XX and a bunch of friends. I didn't write down who was on the track. Then
Do you know who's on it?
hit me.
The XX.
The XX.
Fuck, there you go. And then we had... thanks so much, Tom.
Sorry,
Pass
I
the
thought
orcs,
you
everyone.
would kind of like resonate with our earlier bonding about how much we love the XX and Crystallize. We were sending each other that song yesterday.
Yeah. No, we were. That's my bad. Sorry, Tom. I shouldn't...
Sorry, listeners. That was shit.
We just had a really beautiful song there, Finest Hour by Submotion Orchestra, released in 2011 on Exceptional Records. Hailing from Leeds, this particular track has a real trip-hop kind of feel to it. The band pulls from soul, ambient electronica, jazz, dub, to create what I think is a really, really beautiful piece of music. Tom showed us that track, mentioned that you'd showed it to him in a trial we did. And I remember us three sitting here, different couches, different set, really just locked into that song. We had in-ear monitors at the time, and it's stayed with us. Like, all of us have been listening to that song ever since.
It is. It was like almost the moment where I gained a bit of confidence in my music taste, because Dzoz is critically acclaimed. He knows lots about music.
Yeah.
By the Kingsway Cricket Club. they're like, he got the Orcs down there, so he knows. But
Oh, fuck.
you know, sometimes you play some stuff and you realise, oh, this is a really niche kind of Tom Barrass track, and different set, different couches, same reaction. Jaws were on the floor. Matt and Dan are absolutely loving it, and it was like, yeah, that's right, this is quality, and like all my quality, it comes from the source, the divine source.
It was, it's a gem, isn't it? It's, I think it's just the layers on layers, and it just keeps building. It's
You mentioned off air that the story about that track is a story that we won't tell on air, but you've got some really nostalgic feelings tied to it.
Yeah, I have a beautiful connection, and it's nostalgic for me, and it's and as you can hear, the song it's a beautiful song. So I look fondly back at the time, and I don't know if I mentioned before, like the concept of time for me.
Yeah,
I kind of connect with music and experiences and memories, whether or not they're beautiful, sad, or joyful in any way. Yeah, it's a good memory.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That song, funnily enough, reminds me of like being a father. Yeah, now that I hear it, it's like, it's very, very transitional. It must have been about 22, I reckon, where my father just died. I just had a kid. And it was all very much like, whoa, world's turning. You know, it's very much a life flashing before your eyes type of song.
Yeah.
And on a train, I'll be bawling.
Yeah.
Or on a plane,
Yeah.
I'll be sobbing.
Yeah.
Because it's you don't want to be travelling when you listen to that song, because it is so beautiful and it just doesn't stop building. Those drums, Matt, you must have something to say about them.
I was air drumming off. I've put that in my headphones and played along at home, and that song reminds me of my partner Lauren, who's like a huge trip hop head.
Yeah.
And I knew as soon as I heard it, I was like, that's a song for her.
Sick.
And yeah, it's special, man. What's next for Goons?
For me, a bit of work, I think, for me. I've got to knuckle down. Obviously got my clinic to run, so we're doing a bit of that around footy.
Tell us about your clinic.
It's a small little physio clinic. Just recently relocated to Mount Claremont, actually.
Mount Claremont, WA.
Yeah, it's a little physio clinic.
At the Mount Claremont Village?
Yeah.
It's where I go to get my ailments fixed. Yeah, and strengthened in the gym too. The gym's up and going.
Yeah, a little rehab gym, and got massage and ex-phys. But it's a good little. I find I love being able to create something, so I can connect my creativity with my physio and.
Yeah, do you love the aspect of building like a team?
Yeah.
And culture within it? Like, obviously it sounds funny, but the music in there is so good.
That's
the
not
smell.
funny at all. It's so important.
It's so important, and it's so on, and your fit out's on, and the whole thing's cool. Do you really enjoy that aspect of? Would you let that be an ends to your creativity? Because obviously you're a skilled physio, you've got an expertise there, but that's not actually what you're saying that you're craving.
Yeah, I feel like in my work, I try and have my hands in lots of different things, purely just for learning. but more because they'll probably get bored doing one thing. But it's yeah, I just like, you know, learning about marketing, learning about HR, learning about accounting, and then creating a space that's welcoming, but also like really engaging with all your senses. So music being huge in that space, and I'm pretty particular about what's playing. So yeah.
Could you imagine starting up a business prior to your trip to India?
It was so it had existed previously, but more of a very low key, low maintenance kind of thing. I've had more clarity and just on processes and things like that, which has helped me with meditation, and also not sweating the small stuff and just kind of putting in line what's actually really important. Yeah.
It's a little bit of so I was about to say something fucking stupid, and I'll just stop myself right there. I'm getting better.
Well,
I'm getting better. Let me re-interject then. What can I ask you about, Goons?
Yeah.
We'll get this edited back up. Let me think.
Yeah, we're gonna have that laugh in.
What were we just talking about then?
Mate, Goons business, just crushing it.
Yeah,
there was I was gonna tell when we were designing the episode, I was gonna tell a story about ambient music, and how it was created, because I think that's something you really love. So I guess I'm not gonna tell it now. I'll share some tracks with you, because you will have to come back at some point when Tom needs a little elbow in the hammy, a little hammy fix.
Yes, and the potty needs a bit of traction, a bit of cred. Seriously, once the stream's getting a bit low, we'll get you back on here.
Or when we've just got to find the third eye.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I just want to thank you so much for coming on. No lie, Tom did say you would be my favourite guest, and you have been, man. You're a truly amazing person with some awesome music taste. So thank you so much, Tom.
Yeah, I'd like to echo that, Goons. I absolutely love you to death, and I'm so proud of all the stuff that you've been through, especially in the sort of metaphysical kind of space and transformative kind of space. And I really value our friendship. I really value our exchange of music and the way we've been sharing with each other creatively, not just in music, but across all aspects, and now here today. And I've really valued that part of my life that you've played a role in. So I want to thank you for coming on. I want to thank you for your tunes. I know the listeners are going to love this stuff. I know I'm going to get so much positive feedback.
Absolutely.
Your music taste is impeccable. Your taste broadly is impeccable, Goons. So I want to thank you for coming on, and I want to pass you the aux for the last 4 songs. I'm sorry I pulled the sonic back a little bit there.
Don't apologise for that. That was a beautiful journey.
Submotion Orchestra, that just held such significance, that song, for you and I. And I want to pass the aux and let you absolutely lift us off for the last 4.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Yeah.
Beautiful. Shout out BackChat Studios. Shout out El Campbell. Shout out Nadia Rose. Shout out El
Design Studio for the rug. Really appreciate it.
Shout out Silverstream.
Silverstream wines from Denmark. That's just a cracking $16 bottle. Get your hand on it. No vu frank. But look, yeah, like thanks for joining us, listeners. At PTA.listen, we'd love to hear some feedback about the app and look forward to interacting with you. Goons, here it is.
Thank you.